Hey there, everybody out there in PDHP, parent and community land. So I'm Carrie Ann Fitzgerald. I'm the Parent Community Outreach Coordinator for PDHP. And we are talking on Mondays and Fridays about our different faculty workshops that we offer. So, of course, my hope is that at some point as a faculty, maybe you're able to put this together and discuss it, take a look at it together if you have those few minutes in some of your level or your faculty days. And hopefully it gives you a little lift, a little something to do. And parents, if you're checking this out, why don't I throw some of these things around as a little bit of a fun night? Like we did that activity on Friday, listen carefully. That's a fun one. And we often do that in our family fun nights. So you could always do that with the kids, of course. So for today, though, we're going to look at an activity that we like to bring in called past, present, and future. Okay. And the idea is really simple, taking some time to reconnect to your past, why you became a teacher, who helped you make it, who maybe inspired you to become a teacher. Was this family or friends or a teacher who you admired perhaps that influenced you? Giving thanks for them. A lot of times we don't. A couple of years ago, I had gone to one of our workshops in the diocese when I was teaching in our classrooms. And there was a religion-based workshop that I went to. And I failed to remember the name of the presenter, but the gentleman, when he started the workshop, we were all sitting there and he started with a moment to quietly thank the person who introduced us to religion. And it was powerful. It was a great moment, to kind of reflect back and think, where did this come from? Where did all of these things tie in from? There's always a starting point. So what's yours? And have you shared that with your staff? Have you given yourself time to consider that? Are you at this point where you want to be in reflection of your beginnings? Do you pay honor to that person who inspired you in the things that you do? I think in the past year, for certain, we've all been evaluating, reevaluating almost every aspect of our lives. Maybe now. I know that when I was teaching in a classroom, I could see how easy it is to kind of get caught up into similar things. So I really tapped into making some different changes in how I ran my classroom, how I set it up, how I walked in, because I wanted a dynamic experience. Not just for the kids, but for myself as well. And it took a little pressure off myself as well. I like to think that everyone was more on the same page of what expectation was. So I found it really helpful. So whatever it is, maybe time to evaluate. What do you want to bring in a little bit? Is there a story that you can tell that gives you great pride? Is there a story that you can tell that, makes you feel like you are in sync with that person who started this journey for you? And what is your future like? What are you intending? What would you like to see as a result of your teaching? I know, we always say, oh, well, teachers aren't in this for the big bucks. But, what is it that you'd like to see? What is it that you'd like to gain? What reward do you get out of the work that you're doing? So, consider all of that. Share your stories. I think too often we don't get to that heart of why we are doing what we're doing. So share your stories. And you may find inspiration in hearing your colleagues tell you about these beginnings, tell you about the things that they're proud of, tell you about what they're hoping to pull in, even if it's just, hey, I want to get like a different type of plan book next year. Whatever it is to evoke that, enjoyment is important. It keeps us going, right? So I do have a little graphic organizer. I know you guys love this stuff. So if you take a look, we have a little triangle that gives you the past, a little rectangle for the future, the present rather. I'm literally getting ahead of myself here, the present. And then finally the future in a little circle. So of course, you could jot words down, phrases, pictures. Sometimes we're that visual and creative that we just want to sketch it out a little bit. Go ahead and do that. You could write it up, 3 beautiful paragraphs right there. You got the body of a great essay. So however you want to express yourself, go ahead and do that in PowerPoint. And also, consider that sometimes for your kids. Like I'm just thinking, we're at the end of the school year. What would that be like if they were to think about how they were when they began this year, where they are now, and what they're looking forward to? Well, I thank you for all you do, because you don't realize probably how much you inspire every day. So I will wish you a good week. And when we come back together on Friday, let's do a little bit of another activity. It's called Same Boat. So we'll take a look at that. Take care.